Hey, thank you for joining me. I'm Don Ney. I've made a few of these videos to kind of share information with you about how to buy houses. I now am in the middle of, I'm not in the middle, I'm in over the 1/3 point right now of a very strong statement that I put out to the general public and the people who hear these messages, that I will set out to buy 50 houses with no bank loans given to me from any institution personally. And I'll do it all within 100 days without any real estate commissions being paid to anybody. Many cases, no down payment. Many cases, no interest at all. No payments at all. Not qualifying with my FICO scores. No recourse. Anywhere, anytime, any price, any condition. Sounds like a mouthful, doesn't it? I recognize I talk fast and I apologize for that sometimes, but right now I don't. The information has to flow. And here's what I'll tell you. You have to look at it, and that's another subject matter you'll find, by the way, about my 50 houses in 100 days. It's coming along quite remarkable. But I want to talk about this. This is called, the title of this video is called 6 Honest Serving Men. Do you know who they are? Who, what, when, where, how, and why. If you can't ask those questions on every single question that you have and get answers for who, what, when, where, and how, and why, well then, there's no reason to be in this business. Because the only way you can solve those problems that people have, and they, oh boy, do we have them, because I know I have them, so I know you must have them. The only way we solve those problems is that we have to ask a lot of questions. You know, I was sitting over at a guy's house, and this is what he says. He says, I'm a real estate broker in Merced, California. I'm a real estate broker, and what I would like to do is sell my property, but I want top dollar. I don't want to give up my cash flow, and I don't want to pay any commissions, and I'm a broker. This is what the man told me. And I said, oh, well, I'm sorry that you want retail, and that you want to keep your same cash flow, and that you're a real estate broker. And he said, why? And I said, well, now you got to tell the world that you're a professional licensed person and disclose that you have the upper hand in the selling of this property. And he goes, but I don't. And I, what do you mean? And he goes, but I don't. I mean, I have some cash flow. The house is grossly over, the property, I have a big loan on it. It's not overpriced, it's just I have a big loan on it, and I don't know what to do. How do I sell it when no one will buy it? And I said, well, why won't they buy it? And he says, well, it needs work, like $20,000 worth of work. And I said, okay, well, so what? And he goes, well, actually it's the tenants. The tenants are bad. I said, oh, okay, no big deal. How many tenants are there? 12. 12? He goes, yeah, is this got 12 unit building? And he said, yes. Well, guess what? Boy, I just went off. Really, I'm like, ding, 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 ding. This is what I'm looking for. I said, okay, why don't we, when you get an opportunity to relax, we'll meet at the patio at the back of your house on your street, and we'll sit down and have a cup of tea, and I'll discuss with you a couple of different strategies that'll work very well for you to sell me your property where all your needs and wants are met, and so are mine. And he says, oh, well, how are you going to do that? And I says, I'll prove it to you when we meet. So it was a day or two later. I met with the guy, and I said, listen, I'm a professional house buyer. I don't like to pay commissions because I know what I should be doing, and I know how to, you're a seller and I'm a buyer, and the two of us know what to do. We don't need to hand the cash to somebody else to hold the papers for us. That's what escrow companies and title companies are for, to give you that privilege. So I said, okay, great. What do you want to do? He goes, well, I want to sell it. I said, great. Why? Wow, that just stopped everything. Why did he want to sell it? Well, it's too much work. I don't like my tenants. It's a bad area. I want to retire. I don't want to be a realtor anymore. I want to hang out with my wife at home, who, now we're both retired, okay, well, how old are you? You're pretty young to be retired. Yeah, I'm 59. 59 is young to retire. He goes, yeah, we want to travel. Oh, so you want to sell it because you don't want to mess with tenants and you want to travel and be retired, but you still want the income. He goes, yeah, well, what are you willing to sacrifice to be able to say, I now can travel versus dealing with tenants? Wow, I'll sacrifice the tenants. I said, well, how does that benefit me? He goes, well, I don't know that it does. And I said, okay, well, let's ask some more questions. How do you see that getting done? Oh, now we got a different story coming. And when do you want to do it? When do you see this taking place? All right, so we've got why you want to do it, when you want to do it, how you want to do it, and where are you going to go? Okay, where is this at? Where is this all going to take place? So we said, well, listen, and who's the parties that are involved? Oh, you and your wife. So we start asking things. Listen, these 6 guys, who, what, when, where, why, and how, these guys, if you ask them those questions and include your partners, who, when, what, where, how, why, and you get answers to that, you'll just start laughing how the simplicity of how the deal just kind of flows into a natural direction. Why? Because you're taking a general interest in the success of the other party. It's just, there's nothing like it when somebody goes, oh yeah, I want to sell my house. And I say, well, why do you want to do that? Well, who are you going to sell it to? Well, where are you going to go? Well, how are you going to get there? Well, when are you going to do it? These are all the questions that you ask people. I'm sorry, what'd you say? Is it, when are you going to do this? How are you going to do it? Yeah, okay. And they give you all the answers that you need to have to make those deals, those ingredients come together to proposal is right on the table. Listen, you want to leave now, I can buy it now. You are the 2 who's in the deal. You're a seller, I'm the buyer. Nobody else needs to be involved. How hard is that? Why am I doing that? Because I save commissions and I want to build for a long-term investment portfolio and hopefully make a profit on the purchase of this property. You want to go retire and receive the cash flow and you want to travel. So I'm helping you do what you want to do. You got to help me what I want to do. That's how you shop. You just flat out say it, man. I'm the buyer. So we know who the parties are in the deal. When do you want to get this done? How do you see it unfolding? That's how you do it. What are the ingredients that we need to put into it to make it happen now? All you do is ask those questions. Who, what, when, where, how, and why. And when you do that, you find out right away. Every question has those 6 guys right in the middle of it. Every question, those 6 guys. When they say, well, I'm going to retire. Well, when are you going to do that? How are you going to do it? Who's going to do it with you? Or where are you going to go? You just start asking the same question. It's not a hurry, it's a relaxed conversation. But that conversation is like digging for gold. And the more you dig, the more you unturn. And the more you unturn, you got to pick and choose which pieces you want to carry. I once had a guy goes, man, there's so much gold in this property, I don't know what to do with it. I says, well, why don't you just leave it and pick the biggest one up and walk out with it? Leave some on the table for the next guy. You don't need to take it all. Just take the big piece and walk off with it. And that's the key. If you try to take everything, that's greed. And when you take everything and you get that greed, guess what happens? It's like a child putting their little hand inside of the cookie jar. And they grab all the cookies but can't get their hand out because they have so many cookies in it. And they sit there and go, oh my God, my hand's stuck. It's not stuck. You just want more than what's necessary. Leave some for the other guy. Take your portion. Can it be a big cookie? Yes, it sure can. Thanks. I'll talk to you until next time. Bye.